Princess Heather, whatever. This month's video is rendering. Time to start on the new one. Princess? You there?
That's right. Kiss the girly boy.
Princess?
Ah!
What are you looking at?
Nothing.
You are working on the new video script?
Yes.
Well, what's it about?
Anime. Yep, anime.
Anime?
Anime.
Anime. So we should record...
Just get out.
3, 2, 1,
Hello, my loyal subjects. Heather Blossom here with special guest, my personal friend and editor, Lamplight, or A View and Alike, or Giant Weird Eyeball, or whatever the hell you want to be called.
Howdy.
And today, we've decided to admit we're massive weeaboos and give you our top 10 favorite anime openings.
Now, we won't just be rating these picks by musical scores alone, we'll also be taking into account how the cinematics given match up to the piece and represent the series.
As a rule, we'll be excluding Pokemon and Sailor Moon openings because, come on, that's not fair, and you've seen those in about a zillion other lists. So without further ado, let's jump in. Number 10. School Rumble, Sentimental Generation. School Rumble has always been close to my heart, and its openings have never failed to be upbeat and a little kooky every season, but this one in particular has gotta be the best. It's plain happy-go-lucky and really captures the essence of this series' main theme, young love. But the lyrics and cinematics are just par for the course, which is why it isn't much higher than this on the list. The diction is kinda general and light, you get the main and secondary cast doing their thing and having fun. The live-action music video certainly topped it in energy and hilarity, which is why it will always have a spot on my iPod.
While I have not seen this anime personally, I agree that it does capture the spirit of youth and energy in high school. I can only imagine the hijinks students get involved in from this intro alone. And I think there was a Voltron robot at some point in this. I was bouncing along listening to this though, pumped and happy for the show. Good on ya.
Number 9. Sayonara Zetsubou Sensei, Apple Plucking Beam. This was just bizarre in the funniest way possible. When I first watched this opening, I had no idea what this anime was supposed to be about. My best theory was supernatural high school drama, but I guess I was wrong?
And I was too, the first time I watched it. I thought it was going to be something supernatural, kind of messed up storyline-wise, but it's actually about a suicidally depressed substitute teacher trying to teach a class full of students. Ironically, the lesson of the last thing to talk about in the episode because there's plenty of tangents to go down instead. The intro gets points more for the art factor than the music, specifically in the ways they pan and change backgrounds or slides. The imagery does not really relate to the show, of course, but it definitely gets your attention. And not to say the music itself is bad, but it's just kind of on the obnoxious side. It all mixes together to create an uncertain impression, which is the best way to approach a show.
In any case, the tone is hardcore, which puts you through a loop once you see the translated lyrics. If sung in a softer mix, it could be mistaken for a love song. And what's apple plucking being really mean, you ask? No one has a fucking clue. Number 8. One Punch Man, the hero set fire to the furious fist. Do I really need to explain why this one is here at all? The track here is just pure awesome and gets you damned hyped for the episode to come. The cinematics fit it perfectly with Saitama doing what he does best and doing it in the most overblown, vicious manner possible. What's not to love? It does kind of remind me of another theme, Coolest from Haven't You Heard I'm Sakamoto. Both do similar things. They wield a fast-paced, awesome jam and showcase the amazingness of their main characters. But One Punch Man just takes it up another notch higher than Sakamoto, and I think their themes are too similar for them to be included in the same list, so superheroes for the win!
Personally, I haven't watched this show, but after watching the intro, I kind of wish I did. The tone, the movement, and the music! The art style is fantastic in this show, and the opening shows it very well. It also helps that someone made a remake of this in Fallout 4, or at least in Fallout 4's engine, so machinima-style opening of this in Fallout 4. Although from what I hear, the show is far more than what I am going to see just from the opening alone, and much like Death Note, or at least one of the openings of Death Note, the first scream should at least raise an eyebrow. With so much action and so many hooks, the opening pulls no punches. Keep on, Saitama!
Number 7. Princess Jellyfish, Koko Daki no Hanashi. This opening leads into an anime about a load of otaku girls trying to function in a stylish society. And what better way to segue into that than with a mellow tune and inserting the main characters into pop culture references galore, turning the cinematic into a huge game of Name That Reference for viewers. Alright, Lamplight, we'll roll the clips and you'll have 20 seconds to name that reference.
I don't remember agreeing to this.
Shut up. And roll the clip.
Okay, that's Star Wars. 007? And Kill Bill.
3 in a row, and that's the show. Thanks for tuning in, folks. And as for you, my friend, here's your prize.
The prize? Oh. Thank you.
The song is actually quite thoughtful once you get to know it. Beneath the softcore poppy rock style, there are gentle lyrics about introversion and just wanting to be distant and safe from the tiny fears. It resonates not only with the main otaku cast, but the audience it's targeting, really hitting home hard for anyone with tiny anxieties. But it's not too emotional either with the way it's handled. Definitely an opening that knows its place. Number 6. Dance with Devils. Kakusei no Air. Now, this was the most recent find of the list for me, but I've already binged the whole thing on Hulu and am now an avid fan. This is a very rare musical anime, so it's already filled with loads of songs that drift from soft and cheeky to utterly dramatic. Of course, Kakusei fits into the latter category. On the outside, it just seems like one of the reverse harem animes, but it takes some fascinating turns, and the opening is where that begins with dark tones and melodic overtures, though the lyrics are mostly angst fuel. Though my favorite song of the series will always be the one with Lowen's Pomeranian Choir. This theme is not to be underestimated, and will have you hooked by the end.
Having not heard of it until now, I agree. The music didn't really hook me, but the visuals were nice with the use of patterns and smooth transitions. And that very cute doggy. The opening does do a good job at implying deeper tones in the subject matter, which is something a lot of other harem-style anime openings fail to do. And this did, at the very least, get me curious about the series. I'm guessing it's vampires. Just guessing.
Like half right, but not really. Number 5. Soul Eater Resonance. For most weebs, Soul Eater was one of the first animes they watched and grew obsessed with, and this opening eased them along the way to total otaku. This piece is quick, rockin' and rad, and put against visuals that range from cool to just weird. And with some soul lyrics put in there for good measure, I know it always got me excited for what was to come, but this is nothing compared to Excalibur.
Here we go! Excalibur! Excalibur! From United King, I'm looking for him. I'm going to California. Excalibur!
Excalibur, Excalibur, from the United K.
Well, having seen this series, this opening captures the spirit very well. I often thought of Halloween Town and Jack Skellington from the show. The pace of the opening is pretty good at representing how the show goes, and the music fits the mood of the show quite well, at least most of it. But get pumped with this one, and check out some episodes with that mindset, well, in mind.
Number 4. Sergeant Frog, Ribbit March. Get up! Ooh, yeah, this has gotta be one of my favorite animes of all time. Let me tell you, this theme exemplifies just what this show is all about. Utter nonsense and impossible conquest. The Carolyn Squad are a group of frog-like aliens sent to conquer Earth, or Picopon as they call it, but fail or just get utterly distracted at every bend, turning this show into a sci-fi romp of utter nonsense and hilarity, which the theme exemplifies. If you take a look at the subtitles of what the song is actually saying, it's just a bunch of random military-esque phrases and mundane happenstance. At one point it even sings about how they forgot to cook the rice for the curry and to use strawberry-flavored toothpaste. I mean, it's either random or they're just trying to get me to buy stuff. Oh, wait, is this the Japanese equivalent of My Little Pony?
I don't... I'm gonna start by saying this opening presents the situation of the show almost too precisely. I don't know if showing your basic premise up front is a bad thing, but you need to leave room for some mystery. Although I am sure there's a lot more under this brief facade. The song is... It doesn't catch for me, but it is fun to listen to. Maybe it's because there are a lot of different voices and weird commentary in that song that it kind of takes me out of it. The hijinks that go on are excellent and goofy, especially because I have no clue what half of them are about, which I agree portrays the spirit of random from the show. And when did Frog make that keto sound, Japan? Huh? When?
Number 3. Ouran High School Host Club, Sakura Kiss. It's been 10 years. Where the hell is Season 2, Japan?
Aren't you jumping the gun a little?
No. Anyway, Ouran is a romantic comedy set in a high society school. But don't make assumptions yet, for having only one season, the show had a lot going for it. The humor was on point and it had just the right level of cute and fan service. Oh, and the characters were also nice. The main theme carries a tone that gets you excited, but not too much so. It finds just the right balance because this isn't a show that'll put you through every emotional pace. It's an opening friendly to the lighthearted and generous to the viewer with its decadent but not too exuberant art style, and I can't help but notice there's always a nice rosy glow to everything.
This song pops up so many times on Pandora. Don't get me wrong, I love it and will listen to it every time because the upbeat feel and happy music and the characters in the opening set the mood of the show very nicely. There are darker tones in this show, but not really implying that here and letting the viewer discover them for themselves is good. And this is one of the rare times I will say the overuse of pink fits something. If this doesn't hook you at least into the idea of watching this show, which you totally should, then you have an aversion to cute and this song is still in my head. Kiss, kiss my...
Number 2. Monster Musume. Fall in Love. This is a harem anime. A fan-pandering, hilarious, gratuitous, and adorable harem anime, which I am way more into than I should be. Nevertheless, the opening is catchy, fun, and cute of course. It presents every character to their fullest along a beat just so damn cheerful you can't help but smile. The lyrics are lovey-dovey on the energetic side, so that's fitting, but my favorite part will have to be the visuals. It's just so interesting to see these monster girls in action. Their animal-like anatomy makes every position they take on fascinating and exotic, and not like that!
While I agree the opening is cute and happy, it almost seems rushed. They try to show too much Monster Girl and less anything else, but I like the glimpse of the other characters and the few funny moments they threw in. Although for the purpose of this particular anime, I can imagine you don't need too much more motivation than a harem of monster girls, me included. The fact that it ends with a spirit bomb on the main character makes it even better.
Now, before we reveal our number 1 pick, as you can imagine, making decisions is hard. So here are a few honorable mentions that didn't make it, and I would probably feel guilty about not showing. So roll 'em, Blinky!
Oh no!
Number 1. Revolutionary Girl Utena, Rinbu Revolution. I've been through seasons of this anime, and I still don't know if it's gay or not.
Kinda jumping the gun again.
Right, well, this anime, believe it or not, isn't about the cutesy stuff, and you'll know that immediately by watching this intro. Crumbling castles, sword fights, and, whatever that is. I'm not sure what category I would put this music in. It's not overly energetic, but not too tranquil. It's building to something, and the lyrics follow that route with talk of heroism and cataclysmic levels of consequence. The plot of Revolutionary Girl is complex and has action sprinkled about. This opening actually might overhype that latter aspect a bit, but damn the hype! Not to mention those ponies.
This one ticks off a lot of checkboxes for what I would consider a standard anime opening. Show the characters in their everyday life, then as love interests, then in their other lives. Now some fighting, ride an animal, and then dark tone at the end, a possible loss. All this is a good thing, by the way. It again sets the tone of the series a bit too well, but it's a tone I want to see more of. It's a romantic story, and one that doesn't shy away from the fact that the couple involved may or may not be 2 girls.
To be fair, the show does play that all subtly. And with that ends our top 10 anime openings. So do you agree? Disagree? I don't really care. If you need me, I'll be doing some research.
Well, she's Heather Blossom, and here's hoping there's not another 20-minute video I have to edit. What was that?